We be live. Hello, Durud and Shalom.
Welcome back, everyone. Wow, do we have some breaking news? And it always seems to happen right at this time. So for anyone who didn't know what happened, let's go. So if you've been watching our show over the past couple of weeks, you know that the United States, Iran, and Israel ceasefires have been hanging by an absolute thread. In fact, we make fun of it all the time. And the last few days was a complete mix-up of the region. We had drone shoot-downs in the Strait of Hormuz, direct military strikes on radar sites by the United States on the Islamic Republic. We had secret strikes, mines laid last night in the Strait of Hormuz, so many peace talks. But tonight, what has happened tonight is that the Islamic Republic has lashed out and launched waves after waves of ballistic missiles to Israel. Many have landed, many and most have been intercepted. You might think, what would the Israeli response be to these direct ballistic missile strikes on the cities of Haifa and other such cities in Israel? Well, I was wondering myself, is this it? Are we going straight back to a full-fledged war? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it seems like we are not. President Trump came out and has made statements saying that, well, both sides have fired their missiles, they've had their fun, we should go back to the negotiating table. We were so close to a deal, these missiles did not help that. And that has drawn endless criticism, I might say, from everyone at this point, even pro-Trump supporters. So I'm quite wondering at this point what President Trump's plan is if Israel has taken direct hits, because now Israel is in a tough spot. They just took ballistic missiles from the Islamic Republic of Iran and are unable to respond in a manner in which they should. What we are seeing playing out here, guys, is a global superpower, the United States of America, telling Israel, a regional superpower, that they cannot retaliate against a third-tier power, which is the Islamic Republic of Iran. This is one for the history books. So we can get into it for you guys and cover everything that's happened, including all the missile launch sites, clearing up any sort of misconceptions and misinformation that may have happened, and so forth. What do you think about tonight?
So we have two camps right now. People who say, like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Just if you don't want to, if President Trump, if you're not going to do anything about the Islamic Republic, if you're not going to attack them, at least get out of the way and let Israel do what they do best, right? That's one camp. The other camp is like, guys, obviously these are mind games. Obviously, President Trump and Prime Minister Netanyahu are completely aligned. Haven't we been here before? This is exactly how it was before Operation Epic Fury, Operation Midnight Hammer. These are already pre-planned. They already had this conversation beforehand. Everything, like, you guys don't like go and get it. What do you think? Which one are you in? 400 DHS. What do you?
Here's what I said 3 or 4 days ago, that the rift between the United States and Israel was only going to grow, and I thought that this was a planned move, that they were going to make themselves seem, not on the same side. But this is an escalation that I didn't think was going to happen. I did not think that the Islamic Republic was going to launch directly into Israel. It seems like no one's died, which is what Trump has said.
Why they have to do that? Do you know why they have to do that?
Yes. So Israel conducted some airstrikes on South Lebanon in the exact neighborhood at which they were told not to by the IRGC and President Trump. They did. The IRGC responded with ballistic missiles, and the IRGC said, if Israel responds, we will hit even harder. So this seems like their own supporters are quite happy. The IRGC supporters are quite happy with this, and everyone else is unhappy.
So here's the situation that the Islamic Republic is in. They have lost most of their deterrence capability, except two. Actually three. the enriched uranium that they have, the Strait of Hormuz, and their proxies, what's left of them. And when it comes to, especially two right now, the most important one is Hezbollah and the Houthis. Hezbollah is being the model, the proxy model, the terrorist model for all of Islamic Republic's proxies, which take care of the most. The Islamic Republic finds itself very naked and with not that much deterrence capability left. They need to be able to convince their proxies to keep acting on their behalf. And it's becoming difficult to do so because they don't have that much money to pay them. And there's multiple reports on delays on payments for Hezbollah. The Houthis are not getting paid. Hezbollah is not getting paid. Many other proxy groups of the Islamic Republic right now are not getting paid. So if these groups do not get paid, the Islamic Republic would not be able to use them as a deterring factor, which they do need it if they want to survive. So abandoning Hezbollah right now, while Israel is getting so close to finishing the job with Hezbollah to a huge degree, and the Islamic Republic not standing for Hezbollah and defending them is basically a signal to all the proxies of the Islamic Republic that it's over, that this is a sinking ship. Find other sources of revenue. Don't waste your resources defending the Islamic Republic because you're not going to get paid, and they're not even going to defend you, right? So the Islamic Republic needs to show support for Hezbollah aggressively, or else it would lose one of its last remaining deterrence capabilities. And that's why if Israel is hitting Beirut, the Islamic Republic needs to demonstrate to Hezbollah that we're here for you, or else Hezbollah would not be there for the Islamic Republic, meaning that the Islamic Republic will become even more defenseless. So this is why the Islamic Republic is forced. And if you're the Islamic Republic, this is what you have to solve. Oh, by the way, thank you. Babylon is saying perfect analysis, Herman. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. So here's what you have to solve if you're the Islamic Republic. How do I, at the same time, convince my followers and Hezbollah that I'm responding aggressively to Israel, but also convince President Trump that it's not that big of a deal? Can we not end the ceasefire? Right? Because if I am Mujtaba or Ghalibaf, I'm terrified that if the ceasefire is broken, I'm gonna die, right? And this is not even about saving the regime anymore. This is about saving my own fucking life, right? So you need to hit Israel in a way that you could tell your followers and Hezbollah that, oh, we fucked them up, and tell Trump that this was really nothing. This is like, that was just a, as you say, a left tap, right? So how could you have it both ways? That's what the Islamic Republic is trying to do.
Absolutely. And Behnam Ben Taleblu gave an excellent sort of statement here. And he said, so the IRGC says, if attacks expand, our response will be more devastating. And he said that the regime is hoping that Israel just takes the strike and America stops Israel from responding to this, which creates a new normal and has Iran just make a new baseline. They've already hit the Gulf states. It's a new normal for the Gulf states to just get hammered, right? And President Trump doesn't really particularly do anything to save them. But now it's Israel. And Israel is completely different than the Persian Gulf states. So this is a new territory that we've entered, completely new territory that we've entered. And you have to wonder, if Israel doesn't get the green light, per se, from the United States, are they going to do anything? If so, which I think so, what are they going to do? What is this response to the Islamic Republic going to be? And speaking of that, we're about to go in and we're going to cover everything that just happened with clips showing you guys of the missile launches and everything. And to give the latest update real quick, right now, Benjamin Netanyahu has entered an expanded security meeting with the Minister of War, the head of the army, and the head of Mossad right now. So he's going to be talking with them to see what they should do. U.S. CENTCOM Commander Brad Cooper has also met with the Israeli Chief of Staff. Again, this is twice in the last 24 hours. So it seems like things are kicking off. And okay, so this is kind of a dystopian video that I'm going to show you guys, but this is indeed real, and it's from tonight. I cannot believe that I was watching this, but these are regime supporters. These are regime supporters on the streets watching ballistic missiles fly by and celebrating it. Let's take a look. So as you can see in the video right here, you can see these ballistic missiles streaking across the sky here with people openly in the streets gathered, waving flags and shouting Allahu Akbar. Interesting. Oh, you're muted.
So this is exactly, think about this. That's a great find. Send that to me, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
So guys, look at this. I basically, Ali does all the hard work and I just take
No, not at all.
But but look at this, guys. As somebody who has been following these regime supporters, this is the most beautiful thing that they could be watching, right? Think about this. These fuckers have been in the street asking for stronger attacks against Israel for months now, right? And then imagine you're protesting against regime, saying that you're being weak against Israel, you're being weak against the United States. And then while you're in the streets, the Islamic Republic is sending ballistic missiles to Israel. And then you get to have the chance, to like the honor and the privilege to watch the missiles of the powerful Islamic missiles of the regime that you have been trying to get to act more aggressively against the Zionists. You're watching these missiles of your state, the state that you support, go towards the Jews. Like, you're watching that and you think like, oh, this is what it's all about. This is what we should be like. This is what I've been fighting for. Look at this. This is something I could be proud of. Like, this is what gets the Allahu Akbar out of you, right? They're like, yes, my country is sending, this is going to kill Jews. Like, you're watching the power from your perspective as a pro-regime person. This is how we demonstrate power. These powerful ballistic missiles, I get to see them, my country, launch these towards Israel, and this is going to go and it's going to kill Israelis, these evil Israelis. This missiles is going to do that. And you're watching these these missiles leave your country, I mean, in from their perspective, towards Israel to do what they're supposed to do. And you're looking at it and you couldn't be more proud. So this is what, for these people, this is like watching the most beautiful scene ever for these pro-regime people.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. And you can see the Hezbollah flag in there too, just being waved around. But yeah, I couldn't believe my eyes. I mean, this is what you see. You see missiles in the air, and then you look down, and it's just boom, a bunch of terrorists. Wow. Yeah, 2026 is it's a crazy year. And if you guys want a close up on another one of these missiles here, that's what it looks like.
Yeah,
disappears behind a cloud there, but you guys can kind of see it again right there. So that's what it looks like. Well, they launched 4 waves of ballistic missiles, so we're thinking in the dozens. And man, let's see what Israel says. Netanyahu. Oh, okay. Well, let's read the super chat first. We have a super chat from Mama Boss Brit who says, "What if the anti-regime protesters mingle with the pro-regime crowd? It would prevent mass slaughter, right?" I think you should take this one.
Wait, how? Like, what do you think, Ali? Like, what did I don't? I think I'm not understanding the question.
So
What if anti-regime protests? Yeah, go on.
they're asking basically, what if we Iranian people just like go into the crowds of the pro-regime supporters? They're waving the Islamic Republic flag. What if we just go in there when we come out as for an uprising, because they won't shoot into their own supporters, which I mean, that scenario would never happen.
Well, I mean, if the anti-regime people go into the crowds of anti-regime people, then they're going to be facing violence from the anti-regime people around them. So that would not be a safe way for them to protest against the regime.
Not only would the Iranian people just hate the guts of the regime supporters, and they would immediately, in their frenzy, be violent against each other, but also, let's just say they did successfully mingle in the crowd without them fighting each other, the IRGC would probably just shoot everyone anyway. They don't really, if it push comes to shove, they'll just fire into the crowd indiscriminately.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. And they would say, and they will basically not even take responsibility for the shooting. They would say, like, oh, it was Zionist agents inside the crowd. Yeah. The regime doesn't care about the supporters dying, so they wouldn't mind shooting into them and then later blame it on Zionists. Yeah.
All
but
right.
Thank you for the question. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Thank you for the super chat. Okay. So, guys, in the Middle East here, which is right here. So, the airspace over Iran was completely cleared right before the strikes happened. Iraq also cleared. There were explosions from everywhere around, from Israel, which is on the left side here, all the way to Tabriz, which is up here. Missiles were intercepted over the air of Syria and Iraq, prompting them to start closing their airspace. But not only them, the Persian Gulf Arab countries also freaked out because they thought they were also going to get hit, and they started closing their airspace, jamming GPS so that Shahed drones would not find them. And in general, people started evacuating, and all across the Middle East. So actually, multiple flights out of Tehran have been seen. One was trying to go to Istanbul into Turkey from Tehran, and actually had to land inside of another airport in Iran before it made to Turkey. Multiple flights from Qatar have been canceled. The minister of Pakistan, who arrived in Iran yesterday, promptly fled as soon as possible, as soon as the missiles started flying, and is now in Pakistan again. So everyone thought that this was it. Everyone thought that this was it.
Is it de-escalating right now as we're speaking?
So we're in a period of de-escalation right now because of Trump's statements. He did say, go back to the negotiating table. Both sides had their fun, as in Israel struck Lebanon. The IRGC responded by striking Israel. Let's go back to making a deal, guys. A deal's close. That is President Trump's statement at the moment.
Do we know how right now within Israel, if people within Israel, the internal politics pressure on Netanyahu, do we have any updates on that?
About the people, I can't imagine the people who are already unhappy with Netanyahu to be any happier with him, because right now what's happening is that Israel is not getting a green light from the United States, which means for a lot of Israelis that they are under the control of the United States. If they're not even allowed to defend themselves, to retaliate against the IRGC because Trump says so, well, that doesn't put Benjamin Netanyahu in a good spot here.
I'm going to look into see how Israelis are reacting right now because the internal politics of Israel could determine what's going to happen next, because there might be pressure again If it's fake, it's fake. But if it's not, then there might be pressure from Trump on Bibi to not attack. But there also might be internal political pressure on Bibi to attack by the Israeli people, basically acting like being an independent nation state that makes its own decisions rather than waiting for permission from Trump.
Yeah, so it seems like there's two different responses from Israelis. One is that Israel will respond to Iran's attack, even if the response does not come immediately, regardless of what the United States says. And there's another, which is saying that the United States told Israel to wait a few days to see if an agreement can be reached. Trump said in an interview that an agreement would have been reached on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, which is the next 3 days. But then these missiles happened. And Benjamin Netanyahu is still in a meeting with the heads of Mossad, the IDF, and his secretaries of war and ministers.
What do you Ali, are you frustrated? You seem frustrated.
When this happened, in the first 60 seconds, I thought to myself that this is it, because there's no way that Israel was going to sit by. And we haven't seen the IRGC strike Israel, in a long time. And then I didn't see any escalation. And that worried me. So I started thinking that this is probably not it. We are not going back to a full-on war here. And then Trump's statements came out. And I was like, yep, this is not it. This is not it. But
Okay, so
I'd like to go back
summary.
to I'd like to
Let
go
me
back
give
what I
you
was
a-
saying.
Okay, go ahead, yeah. And then
Like a few days ago, what I was saying is that the United States and Israel will have a bigger rift, and that I knew that this was going to happen because it has to. This is what we're talking about. The IRGC is going to think that they can hit Israel, and Israel won't respond because the United States won't let them, which is putting the United States in a more favorable spot in these negotiations. They have more leverage here because they're like, well, we're holding back Israel. We have all the leverage here. Make the deal. I just don't know how long this can last because of the political state within Israel. And that's all. Yeah, please go ahead.
let me actually to Trump. Okay, let me needs to.
There's a couple other things that Trump just said. So Trump to the New York Post said, things are going well, and any further escalation will only hinder the negotiations, get in the way of the negotiations. Then he also told Axios, I don't want the agreement with Iran to collapse. So like that's his stance. And lastly, Channel 14 of Israeli News is saying that, in our opinion, Netanyahu has no choice but to attack, even at the cost of a clash with Trump.
Wow, so there's a lot of internal pressure right now on Bibi to attack and ignore President Trump's request to hold back. So here's a summary. So Trump's position publicly told Netanyahu not to retaliate, saying both sides had their fun, and he wants to protect a near final deal with Iran. By the way, guys, I don't at all like President Trump saying both sides had their fun. That I don't like that language at all, because it's basically, I don't know what mind games they're playing or not, but that's not making the Israel and the Islamic Republic seem like they're the same. Putting them next to each other as if they're equals is, I think, such an insult to United States number one ally in the region, which is Israel. Do you agree? Like, that is not the proper language to use for Israel.
Not at all. It's extremely disrespectful.
Yeah, I think Sherry is agreeing Me neither. So I think a lot of Trump supporters also are saying that this is not how you treat Israel. I don't know, like whether you do what you're doing behind the scenes or in front of the scenes, whether this is based on some 5D, 50D strategic mind game or not. You do not. There's consequences for treating Israel as if it's just another country, like it's another state, like the Islamic Republic. Both sides, like we're basically, both sides have their fun. I don't know. I mean, none of this is fun. Like, also, isn't that a huge insult to the Israeli people? Like, both sides had their fun. Like, this is not fun for Israeli people. They're living under bombardment. This is so exhausting. Like, Israelis are not having fun. Citizens of northern Israel haven't been to their home for a very long time. Like, there's no peace there. They're constantly under bombardment. There's nothing fun about this.
An Israeli channel called Israel News from the Field just quoted Trump, saying that Trump said, "The region does not need new blows. Netanyahu will listen to me as he has listened until now." Armin, this seems like they're really deliberately trying to drive a wedge between themselves. Like Israel, or the United States is trying to drive a wedge between itself and Israel. I just don't see it any other way.
Well, the other way that people actually here, like, so I will read the super chat soon, but Neil Bunny is saying, Armin, it's just to make it look like they are not united. Yeah, I understand that, but we can't. It could be that, but I don't think we should treat this like 100%. We shouldn't treat this like 100%. Like, it's possible, but it is also possible. We also have to, guys, deal with the scenario like that. President Trump really wants a deal and Israel doesn't. That is an option here. Like, I know I'm a person that considers both sides, right? Like, there are some people here who think that this is obviously mind games. This is obviously good cop, bad cop. And the other side are like, okay, that's ridiculous. Everything Trump does, you guys excuse it with 5D chess. Like, Trump just works in mysterious ways. And you act like you guys act like President Trump just can't make mistakes. Any mistakes he makes is just dismissed by, this is just mind games and 5D chess. Like, the other side would say that, right? So the idea that this is just misalignment of interest, that option, I think we should consider that. That Israel is more eager to get rid of the Islamic Republic, and the United States, at least Trump, is more eager to get a deal. That is there might be a misalignment here. Do you guys not agree? In the chat. So in Israel, for example, most people think that they're being too much controlled by United States. This is most of the analysts on all sides in Israel, they think like this are coming out with saying, like, I don't think like all the media in Israel is in on this, conspiracy theory to list like fake disagreement here, right? So all of these medias, all of the media, Channel 12, Channel 14, hardliners, moderates, all are coming out and saying that this is ridiculous. Israel should be able to defend itself against its enemies. They're strongly demanding a big counterstrike and saying, like, if Trump is going to get angry, let's just go with it. So mostly, like, this is what I'm seeing. So the public and social media right now in Israel is mostly frustrated with Trump's interference. Many view holding back as weakness or surrender to Iran. Criticism of Netanyahu is if he caves to US pressure. So here's the argument for the side of the people who are saying this is not a fake fight, it's a real fight, is that here's the best argument. So the best argument for this is a fake fight is that we have seen this before. That people said that Trump and Netanyahu are fighting, and it ended up being not a real fight. And we after that we found out that they were very much aligned with Operation Epic Fury and the 12-day war. So those are the historical examples that we have. The best argument for this being a real fight is that Bibi cannot afford to pretend that he's being controlled by Trump, because there are elections coming, and his whole political career is on the line. So, and not only that, he might get jail time, right? He might, like, if he's not the prime minister, then he's not going to be able to keep himself out of jail. So people are like, what kind of a mind game would Bibi be entering when the consequences would be this many Israelis being pissed off with him? He doesn't have much time till November, right? And all of this public anger against Netanyahu in Israel would mean like, oh, you're playing mind games. You're not going to be around anymore to see the strategy develop if you keep going this way. Like, how could this be a mind game? This is suicide for Bibi.
Netanyahu's in a tough spot. He's in a really tough spot here. Should we read some of the super chats before we go and show some more clips of tonight?
Yep. Yeah. Also, guys, if you agree or disagree with me, let me know in the chat. We'll try to respond to those as well. Thank you. Let me write this down because I might make this in the video. But yeah, go ahead while I do that.
Okay. All right. So we have a super chat from Alistair Newman. If there is no response to this, it's very clear that Trump is caving. At some point, we need to call a spade with Trump. P.S. I voted for him. If there is no response to this by Israel or the United States? If there's no response to this by Israel, which there definitely will be.
I think she said. I think she's she or he. Is that okay? I think they're talking collectively, like Israel, just a coalition. I think. Then Trump is caving.
You know, here's the thing. If there actually was a deal to be made and it was actually going to happen in the next 3 days, like Trump has been saying, then okay, I can see the case that Trump's making. If the deal doesn't happen again, it's questionable.
So, yeah. So, by the way, guys, whatever is happening, I really appreciate us being able. First of all, like, for example, look at the super chat. Okay, whether you're right or wrong, you're for Trump, and you're criticizing him. Okay, even if you're wrong, that is healthy. Okay, and we have people here who think Trump is doing the exact right thing, and we have people here who think Trump is like screwing it up, and some people are angry with Trump, and some people trust Trump here, but we're not turning against each other. And I just want to congratulate all of you guys for being so civilized in this disagreement in our community. Like this, I don't see this in many other places. Like, and I don't see, I really don't see it. Like right now, if you look at most other people who think Trump is doing good are aggressively responding to people who are anti-Trump. Here we have a very diverse set of views regarding what's happening, and we're not turning against each other. So really love this. Really love to see this. So good job, everybody. And again, this super chat, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Alastair. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah,
Newman. Alastair. You know, this is healthy criticism, even if you're wrong. This is healthy skepticism, even if you're wrong. So I appreciate that. Yeah, no echo chamber, exactly.
Okay. I've been reading your guys' chats here. Interesting. You guys seem to be pretty mixed on this. I mean, we can make a
Very
poll
good.
about this too after I read
We
these super
should.
chats.
Yes, you're right.
All right, so we have a comment here by Cyrus, who says, Armin, no one cares about insults. The plan is what counts, not the right time to strike.
So the plan is what counts, not the right time to strike. The plan is what counts. I mean, the insults are important. So, Cyrus, the insults translates to the objective reality on the battlefield. Because let me tell you why the insults count. If President Trump is so insulting Bibi, Prime Minister Netanyahu, and if it's a mind game, it's a mind game that is going to with consequences of Bibi losing the election, because Israelis are going to see Bibi as weak, and he might lose the election, and that will translate to real consequences on the battlefield. So the insults are important. Even if they're fake, like, what is the strategy here? To make Bibi lose? All right. But thank you,
All right.
Cyrus.
Yeah, thanks, Cyrus. And we have a super chat from Amir, who says, apparently it doesn't matter much if you're the cop, smaller partner, or the criminal. If we're being treated so similarly, then why do we have to keep having those high standards? The answer is because we are 0.2% of the population. It doesn't matter if you're the cop or the smaller partner or the criminal. So the cop is the United States, the smaller partner is Israel, and the criminal is the IRGC. If we're being treated so similarly, then why do we have to keep having those high standards? The high standards.
Because the high standards makes okay, so Amir is saying if United States is treating its partner and its enemy as if they're the same, why should Israelis why should Israel abide by the high standards that Israel has? Like, why shouldn't Israel just act, the same way the Islamic Republic is in their response to the Islamic Republic? I mean, you make a fair point. I don't think there should be any limitations in what Israel does when it comes to if it's required to do anything for its survival, if it's absolutely necessary for its survival. But I do think that when Israel can, it does make sense to abide by higher standards, because your standards are your values, and your values is what makes you such a powerful country. Independently from how you are being treated by United States, Israel has superior standards because Israel has superior values. Israel is a strong nation state because of its superior values. If you have the same values as your enemies, you end up living lives more similar to them. And we want to be, the whole point of fighting them is because we're not them and we don't want to be like them. And people, look at this, people in the chat. Let me see this. Okay, people are now saying free Bibi, and then more people are saying free Bibi. Hashtag free Bibi. Should we... Oh my god, you guys are amazing. Okay.
We have a few more super chats to read, and then we have the poll. I have the poll ready about what you guys think is happening. So I'm interested to get you guys' response on that and talk about that. Free Bibi.
Okay. You guys are
Next,
awesome.
we have a super chat by Tin Lei, who says, sorry, I need things clear. Do Iranians want a deal?
Oh no.
No, not at all.
Oh no. A clear no. A clear no.
The only deal we want is a surrender, a complete surrender, unconditional surrender.
Yes. I mean, not even that. Honestly, like, let me tell you. First of all, Amir was clarifying. Well, I said so similarly, not the very same treatment. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Amy, for the clarification. So, Ali, we say a deal would be a total surrender to convince Iranians not to be so upset when they hear the word deal. But inside Iran, they are not like, this is what we say on Iran Revolution Live and here. They're like, guys, a deal would be a surrender deal. Okay. But inside Iran, when they get really angry when they hear the word deal. Like they're like, why are you talking to, like, inside Iran? The Iranian people are like, why are you talking to our oppressors? Why are you negotiating with our oppressors? They just killed tens of thousands of us. Why are we even at the same table? We're like, guys, this is surrender deal. But most Iranians like require a lot of convincing to be convinced that this makes any sense. Or like a lot of Iranians are confused. They're like, you were doing so well, like you were killing these fuckers left and right. Like that was working so beautifully. Why did you stop? And guys, I'm being honest. Many Iranians think that the Islamic Republic would have fell by now if President Trump had not stopped Bibi. A lot of Iranians think like Bibi knows what he's doing and Trump stops him. That's what a lot of Iranians think. Not all of them. Not all of them. Like, for example, Patipto doesn't think that. Many Iranians think that, no, Trump and Bibi are on the same page and they both know what they're doing. But there's also many Iranians who think that Bibi understands the Islamic Republic and Trump doesn't. And Bibi knows what to do to end the Islamic Republic and Trump keeps stopping him. That's what many Iranians think.
Yeah, I'm on board with that. At least on the ceasefire part. I don't know if we should have a ceasefire. Just keep bombing them and force them to make a deal. Oof. And we have another super chat from Fleshy Interloper saying, I don't see a deal that will keep anyone. I don't see a deal that will hold or anyone in the Islamic Republic who can make a deal.
Yeah, I don't see it either. I mean, things might change and we might be able to see it at some point. But right now, I can't imagine like how the fuck a deal is even possible. Ali, are you seeing how a deal is possible?
Yes, actually. Not that it's likely, but I do see a deal that could be possible. The only thing that could actually have, like, the only person in the Islamic Republic who can make a deal is Mujtaba Khamenei.
Yeah, but what would the deal be? Like, how could, like, what would the deal be? What would that look like?
It would have to be either giving up the uranium entirely to achieve, what we want, which is their surrender, opening up the Strait of Hormuz on their side completely, but the U.S. blockade holds, or complete and other surrender, or even having, I'm going to say this again, but Maduro-style raid on Mojtaba.
But okay, a deal. Do you see the Islamic Republic opening the Strait of Hormuz, giving up the enriched uranium, and allowing and being fine with Israel attacking Hezbollah? Like, how do you? Okay, so how is that possible? Like, I don't see a deal possible right now. At least with
it's just possible. It's highly unlikely. It's not going to happen, in my opinion. That's just the only possible deal. We're just putting the options on the table. That's what could happen, but it won't. Why would you, if you think you're winning, everyone in the RGC thinks that they're winning. Yeah. Maybe not the people at the top. Maybe they know how like F they are, but all their supporters think that they're winning and they're just stuck.
Can I highlight some Iranian comments so you guys can see the frustration here? Okay, so Ali from inside Iran, he said, Guide Maro Trump be Khoda. So Ali is saying Trump is like fucking with all of us, like inside Iran, right? So Ali is like fucking us all. So that's Ali from inside Iran. And Ali also from inside Iran right now is saying Bibi is alone. He loves his country. Blames are on Trump, not him. So this is from inside Iran, Ali. And then we also have علی اوگان saying تنها چیزی که رژیم نگه داشته ترامپه. Saying so Ali believes that the only thing that is keeping the Islamic Republic alive right now is Trump. Again, guys, I'm not saying Ali is correct, but I just want to show you. So Cyrus is saying Bibi is now the hero in chains for the hero in chains for Iranians. And then Javid is saying Bibi is Prometheus. Okay. Oh my god. All right, so these are what some Iranians are saying. Okay, but guys, like, please don't think that this is all the views of Iranians, right? Many Iranians also think like, no, you guys don't get it. Trump knows what he's doing and stuff like that.
Yeah, and so in Telegram channels, Iranians are saying that Israel has the Iron Dome, and that the mullahs, the IRGC, has the Donald Dome.
Ouch! Ouch!
Anyway, moving on from that, onto another super chat here.
Oh no! Ouch! Ouch!
Sarah Ocean changed their profile picture. It says Trump is responsible for the United States, and Bibi is responsible for Israelis. Don't tell leaders how to protect their people. Israel can do what it wants. Yeah.
Israel should do it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's why some people are frustrated. Like, I mean, guys, even if this is mind games, just the idea of President Trump deciding for Israel not to defend itself against Hezbollah, against its enemy, is just not good. That's not a good image for Israel's standing, you know?
Yeah.
Israel can do what it wants, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Trump's saying, here's the latest statements that President Trump has just made. He said to the Financial Times, I think a deal with Iran is in the works, and we will see what happens. Then he also said to the Financial Times, we will see how things turn out, but those strikes did not have a significant impact.
So we should just let it, like, yeah, I mean, guys, like, just to be clear, again, if this is mind games, then forget what I'm about to say. But if somebody attacks your country, you need to show it's your duty as a state, as the governing body of your country, as your country's military, to retaliate, to demonstrate your deterrence capacity, your deterrence capability to that enemy and to the world, even if it doesn't hurt you. This is the whole point of having a military. When you get attacked, you need to respond, or else you're basically. So think, guys, imagine if Ali takes a swing at me and he misses, and I'm like, I'm not gonna punch him back because he missed. I would only punch Ali back if he landed a punch into my face. That is a horrible strategy, because Ali is like, oh, okay, so I could keep trying, and this idiot is not going to respond until I land a punch. So I'm guaranteed to win, because I could keep trying and trying and trying until I get a really good punch, and then I don't have to worry about any consequences unless I land a punch. That is a horrible strategy. My strategy for deterrence should be, I will punch you back regardless of you hitting or missing. Because if I don't do that, then Ali will feel confident to keep trying and trying and trying with zero consequences until he lands one.
Okay, before the poll, we're going to read a couple more super chats, but before the poll, I want to make sure that you guys have all of the available info at the moment. So it seems like some Israelis are saying Trump promised Netanyahu during the phone call that they just had that Trump is still committed to prevent Iran from having a nuclear weapon and to put an end to the Islamic Republic of Iran being a permanent threat to Israel. He also said in an interview right after that Netanyahu will have no choice but to accept a deal with Iran, that he asked Netanyahu to give negotiations a chance with Iran, and that he also said something a bit more aggressive He said, "I'm the one who makes all the decisions, and Netanyahu does not make the decisions." And drive this wedge in between the U.S. and Israel, which I totally called.
Ali, people in the chat are criticizing you.
Oh, me?
Yes, they're
They're
saying,
hating
why
the
would you
messenger?
punch Armin?
Oh,
No,
I
they're
mean,
saying, why are you punching Armin?
I mean, if I can just get closer and closer and take my time and just be like, just wait for Armin to fall asleep and then just, he's not going to do anything.
Okay.
So yeah.
Wait,
okay.
When are we doing the poll? Are you going to do super chats or?
Yeah, let's finish a couple more here, relevant ones, and
let's go through all of them and then we'll do the poll.
Okay. So Amir the Cricket with another super chat saying, "You guys are fools if you think Trump is the reason Bibi is not in jail. Trump played with his trials, or he played with his trials like a cat plays with a cotton ball. He most likely won't be jailed." I also think that. I'm not sure if Netanyahu is going to go to jail.
Yeah, I don't know. I need to talk to Guy on regarding the chances. We will have a stream regarding that, regarding whether Netanyahu chances of going to jail if he's not a prime minister. Okay, if he is a prime minister, I know the chances of him going to jail are low, but what are the chances of him going to jail if he's not a prime minister?
Yeah, good question. Wow, the regime supporters just went crazy tonight. They all came out into the streets and everything. Okay, so
this is what they would like. The regime supporters in Iran, this is what they have been waiting for. Like, the regime is going to try to capitalize on tonight as much as possible. The
they have their
regime
posts
supporters
ready.
they have been so hungry, so desperate for a night like this. So the regime has been, this is really good for the Islamic Republic propaganda. Look, think about this, guys. If you are the Islamic Republic, you're like, listen to this and see how bad this is right now, and how good this is for propaganda, for the Islamic Republic. This is right now, I promise you, this is the Islamic Republic narrative. Imagine if I'm the Islamic Republic. This is what I would tell my followers. We told you. They kept making fun of us. They kept telling us that we're not winning this war. They kept telling us that we're weak and they're destroying everything of us and we're not doing any damage to them. Tonight, we have absolute proof that we, the Islamic Republic, are actually winning and they're the ones losing. Why? Because never has this happened. This is President Trump is trying to hold back its dog, Israel. This is, guys, don't get upset with me. This is Islamic. Desperately trying to hold back his wild, uncontrollable dog because he's so afraid of what we would do to him and everyone else in this region if Israel keeps attacking Hezbollah. This is the power of the Islamic Republic, that we have made the world superpower so scared of our reaction because of what we did to them during this war. They have now realized our strength. They have realized our power. And Trump is so afraid. Trump has realized that we're not as weak as Bibi tried to tell. Bibi will convince Trump, fooled Trump into, dragged him into this war. And Trump has now only now realized the true power of the Islamic Republic. And he's so scared of what we would do that he's stopping Bibi from attacking Hezbollah because he's afraid of our reaction. And this is the protection that we provide to our brothers in Lebanon. This is what we do. This is how powerful the Islamic Republic is, that the world's so-called superpower is so afraid of our reaction that is doing everything to try to hold back his dog in attacking our brothers and sisters in Lebanon. And this shows that all of these 3 months where they were telling us that Iran International was lying to you, that the United States is winning and we're losing, now you can see it's the other way around, because You know the Islamic Republic is winning because we're eager to go to fight and they're not. Everything we do, we keep bombing everywhere, and Trump keeps coming out and saying ceasefire, still ceasefire, because he doesn't want to go into a fight. We want to go into a fight because we know we could humiliate them. They don't want to go into a fight because they're afraid of us. So now you know who's winning this war. So this is the propaganda. This is the propaganda. You can see how effective this is. And you can see the regime supporters who were being skeptical for the past few months, that are we this weak? Why are we not responding strongly to United States and Israel? Tonight is the night. Tonight is the night that the Islamic Republic needs to, for themselves, need to use this propaganda that I just told you. They have to use this tonight to wash away all the damage that has been done to their standing among their followers by just these missiles that they. So if they manage to get away tonight, if they manage to send these ballistic missiles to Israel, and United States, it comes, the narrative ends up being that Israel wanted to respond to the Islamic Republic, but Trump stops him. So the Islamic Republic will be like, this was a win-win-win for us tonight. We gain back all of our reputation for our followers, and we didn't even get a response from Israel, and the ceasefire was not removed either way. So tonight is a win for the Islamic Republic. Let me know what you guys think.
I completely agree. And we've been saying, oh, also Steve just asked if I would hit you for 1 million followers. Yes. And okay, so we've been saying that there has to be much more noise this time to make the IRGC falsely vulnerable. Like, make them think, okay, everything's fine, we're winning. Trump actually wants to end this conflict at any cost, which is what the IRGC are starting to think now. Trump's backing off at every turn. We hit all the Persian Gulf Arab countries. We're hitting Israel. We're doing whatever we want, telling Trump to back off in Lebanon. He's doing everything we want. And we're going to lie to Trump, saying that we're going to make a deal. If I was the IRGC, here's what I'm thinking, because these guys are weasels, okay? Yes, President Trump, whatever you want. Whatever you want. We'll give you everything. We'll give you everything. Just back off in Lebanon. Let us hit whoever we want. Just let us do it. And yes, of course we'll give you everything. But when it comes down to it, I don't think they're going to make the deal. I don't think they're going to actually give the uranium, open up the strait, surrender. I don't think they're going to do it. In fact, you guys want to see what Tehran Square looked like as the regime came and announced its missile operation? These guys, Armin, these guys came up on a stage and they announced it. Like, guys, they were ready. They had all the supporters out, right? And they come up on this stage over here. Also, at the same time, all of the strikes happened. The regime media comes out and posts them putting Hezbollah posters on the missiles that they were going to send to Israel, saying that we're going to stand with Lebanon. And all the embassies have come out and they're posting that they're with Lebanon. The regime supporters are all super happy. This was super, super, super staged, in my opinion. Let's take a look at this.
See how energized they are. They're so happy.
Okay, I can't watch that anymore.
They got a huge boost of motivation tonight. Like, a lot of this is going to stop a lot of the internal fighting, unfortunately, because they got a huge boost in confidence from tonight.
So what do you think about this? I'm about to say something. Okay. Some people are not going to like this, but I'm just theorizing. I'm playing devil's advocate. What if, here's what happens. The regime supporters' morale's boosted. It's all the way up here right now. They're at the ceiling. They're like, oh my God, we're great. We're doing no one can touch us. We're doing everything we want, right? Their morale's up here. Do you guys think that's something that can be used against the IRGC? Because now that's a factor now. It's not like the morale was low and you can't use it. It's high right now. It is something that you can use against the IRGC. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it will happen. Let's just consider that fact.
No, that's a good point. That's a really good point. Yeah. But by the way, like guys, this might, like people are pointing out, this is a temporary boost. And if you zoom out on a larger scale, like the Islamic Republic is dying and the IRGC is dying. Okay. I mean, if we're saying this is a boost, if you zoom out, this is like, so imagine if they're going down, this is just like a up and then going back down again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's do the super chat so that we could do the polls, because I really want to see.
Yeah, I want to see what you guys
say.
So
remember, guys, we're gonna do a poll seeing where you guys stand on Trump, on whether you not support Trump's current strategy on the Islamic Republic. So we're gonna see where you guys stand, like what percentage is for the current strategy of President Trump, what's against. So just keep everything that we're saying in mind, and then we're going to do a poll, okay?
Yeah. So we have a super chat from Alistair again saying, I like Trump, but don't blindly follow. The man clearly loves making deals, and I think that aspect of him may be taking over right now as we get close to MT.
So, so here's the thing. I'm not against President Trump making deals with the Islamic Republic as long as he doesn't change his red lines, because the deal with the current red lines with the Islamic Republic is pretty much a surrender deal and would lead to the end of the Islamic Republic. So the deal aspect making of it, I'm not against as long as the red lines are still there. However, what he's doing tonight could have done, in my opinion, if this is not all a show, okay, then it's not good. It's not a good way to treat your ally. Like, he could still try to go and get that deal, which is not really against what we want, because as long as the red lines doesn't change, he could still aim for that deal. But at the same time, you need to be more respectful to your main ally in the region, and you need to treat them as an independent nation state that is allowed to do whatever necessary for its self-defense. And none of that violates, it negates President Trump's attempt to go for a deal. You could do both. You could go for a deal with the Islamic Republic that will end up ending them, but don't damage the standing of your main ally in the Middle East, and let them also make their own decisions.
Yeah, thanks, Alistair. And the next super chat is from Texas Vet Girl, who says, what about the recent travel advisory to Israel? So this person is talking about how the United States Embassy just issued a warning to all of its citizens in Jerusalem or Israel to take cover, to hide their families, seek cover wherever they can. And that happened about an hour ago, which is after the strikes. I don't know if this is true or not, but the Islamic Republic is also claiming that they launched drones. Ballistic missiles take roughly 10 minutes to reach Israel. The drones will take hours. So.
Oh, are you sure? Yeah. Hours?
Yeah, drones take a couple hours to get there. They fly much
slower.
No,
sorry, drones. Yes, the drones, yeah. Of course. And also, yes, the drones take hours, and the drones never reach. The drones also never make it to the border. Most of them, like, they're so easy to take out. Okay, so guys, the purpose of the drones, like, people like, why would the Islamic Republic send drones to Israel when every single one of them is taken out? So what's even the point? Isn't that a waste of money? The point of the drone swarms from Iran to Israel is to make it more difficult to intercept the missiles, because it takes resources and attention away from, from having your defense system focusing on the missiles. That's the purpose of the drone. So the Islamic Republic knows that its drones all of it is going to be intercepted, and they're not even going to reach the border of Israel. But because you have to deploy some of your forces and your attention and your resources on the drones, they're hoping that it makes the missiles more likely to hit.
Yeah, thanks, you Texas Spectral. And we have a super chat in Farsi. من دیگه نمیتونم.
من دیگه So instead of به جای که بگه من دیگه نمیتونم داره میگه من دیگه نمیتانیاهو. So guys, I don't this joke cannot be translated to English. Like I have no idea how to translate, but the man دیگه نمیتانیا. So guys, so let me try to explain it. So in Persian, if I say like I can't anymore, if you say I can't anymore, the way to say I can't anymore is like من دیگه نمیتونم. But this guy, instead of saying من دیگه نمیتونم, he said من دیگه نمیتانیاهو. So he just put Netanyahu. I don't know. It's more funnier in
play on words. Yeah.
Yeah, playing with words.
And yeah, thanks to that, Rainer. And Texas Vet Girl again, who says, does this mean it was known this would happen? The regime, yeah, the regime definitely. They definitely passed down. They had all their statements ready. They even made posters beforehand to slap on the missiles and whatnot. And then they just passed it on to the street announcers. Just give them a note, be like, we just attacked Israel. And everyone's like, oh my God. Yeah. Yeah, they knew. They were going to do this. Okay. And Sarah, we're almost done, guys. We're almost at the poll. Sarah Ocean, another super chat, thank you, who says, feels like the only people not messing with Iranians are Ali Jun and Mr. Navabi. Love you both. Please help keep us sane.
Oh, thank you so much, Sarah. We'll try.
Yeah. We'll try. We just tell you what things mean so that you guys feel more clear and less anxious.
Yeah, and Sarah, one thing we also try to do is that even if we have a perspective, we try to appreciate the other perspective so that people with the other perspective feel included here. And we try to steelman the position, even if we disagree with the other position, we try to steelman it so that they feel like they're being heard. Because first of all, we might be wrong, right? So imagine if we shame away the people who disagree with us, and then we realize, holy shit, they were right and we were wrong. So we're skeptical about our position, and we want to make sure that the people who disagree with us stay here because they make us better. And also we want to basically make sure we don't have an echo chamber here, right? So by considering the positions that we don't have and steelmanning them, everybody feels heard here.
Yeah, thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah.
And then we have a super chat from Abadan. Wait, what's that first word? Suzanne. Guys, give me a break. I was born and raised in America. Anyway.
That's okay. Yeah, you're doing great.
Who says, Armin John, either Trump is an idiot or we were idiots for having hope in Trump.
That's a false dichotomy. Javicha. That's a false dichotomy. Susan, that's a doganegi kaze. There are other alternatives here. Okay. It might be that Trump is, I mean, people said this about Trump exactly before Operation Epic Fury, and right after Operation Epic Fury, the same people started celebrating him. So there's that, right? Also, he might have Trump might be doing America first, and maybe America first is not always aligned with Iran first, or not always aligned with Israel first. Maybe he's being very smart with America first, as he should be America first, and maybe there's like a lot of alignment of interests and goals, but not total alignment. You can't blame a president. I mean, here's the thing, Susan. Trump is not supposed to come and serve the Iranian people or the Israeli people, right? Trump is supposed to, he's responsible for the interests of his country, and we shouldn't expect anything else, right? I'm not saying this is what's happening. I'm just saying these are, if we want to exhaust all the options, there are other options here as well.
Interesting. We'll give you guys some updates.
One problem with me considering all of these options is people who are insistent on one option get frustrated with me, right? So I'm saying, like, guys, it's A, B, C, or D, and then somebody is married to C. Like, you're like, Armin, what the fuck are you talking about? It's obviously only C. And then the other person, the B person, like, Armin, what the fuck are you talking about? It's obviously only B. Like, hey, I'm just giving you all the possible options. Like, no, Armin, the other options are not possible. The only option C is possible. I'm like, okay, let me just lay out all the positions that are out there, at least for you guys, and you guys, we could discuss them. But then people get angry for me even offering these other positions because they're so married to this only one option.
You know, so many people who report news never give their own personal opinions because they're afraid of that exact thing. People being like, well, you said this and you said that. They'll never say their personal opinions.
Exactly. Just, guys, be comfortable for not practice being comfortable with not being certain. You know, sometimes just accept that we can't be sure. I know that's a very uncomfortable position to be in, but it's the most intellectually honest one. But yeah.
Or just think at least that, like, situations are moving, they're changing. So when you get new information, like, you can also change what you think. Just consider that. Oh, wait. So from Firejack, we have a super chat. Firejack007, who says, Netanyahu will have no choice but to accept whatever deal the United States negotiates with Iran. I call the shots, he doesn't. Quoted by the Financial Times, quoting Trump. Yeah, he said that.
Quoting Trump?
Yes, Trump said that.
Wait, when?
Said that about 30 minutes ago. He had an interview. He had a phone interview.
Is that an actual quote?
Yes. He had a phone interview with Financial Times 30 minutes ago. And I also said this, but he was saying that Netanyahu doesn't call the shots. I call the shots. He has no choice but to accept whatever deal the United States negotiates with Iran. He's going to listen to me as he has until now. He said all of those things in the same interview, which is why I was saying, like, he's really driving this wedge really deep in there with these words here.
Okay, guys, the people who are on so I think a lot of people don't understand the concern here. Okay, I know that we were already here before President Trump and Khamenei. Like, so that's some people are saying, like, some people are like, but we are saying that. Like, I don't know why people are telling, like, some people think we're not considering that. We have many times said that we were here with these types of criticism against Trump right before he killed Khamenei. So nobody should think that we are not reminding people of that, okay? Because we remind people of that constantly. But that doesn't negate the fact that this is fucking disrespectful. I don't know what kind of mind games, 5D chess, long-term strategic good cop, bad cop game we're playing against the Islamic Republic. I'm willing to accept all of that, okay? But people say, like, Neil Bunny saying is fake. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I have been saying. People keep reminding me of something that I have been reminding people for the past 3 fucking months, and as if I need a reminder of that. As if I need to be reminded of that. Me, the person who keeps reminding people of that. However, we have a fucking election coming up in Israel. I don't know what long-term plans you have. This is not good for Netanyahu. And the election in Israel is basically 50-50 right now. I don't, like Neil Benny saying, then listen to yourself. I just said this like 5 minutes ago. I don't need to listen to myself because I know what I believe in. Okay, stop getting offended over my positions. Listen to me. Listen, like again, guys. Anybody who doesn't want to get offended, just listen to me. I've already said this. Like what I'm saying, people think it negates the claim that this is fake. If you think it negates the claim that this is fake, you're not listening to me, or you don't understand. Maybe I'm not explaining it very well. Even if this is fake, this is not good for Netanyahu. What they're saying, Armin, you're forgetting something. I'm not forgetting anything. I'm not forgetting a single fucking thing. You're forgetting a fucking election. You're forgetting that there's an election coming up in Israel, and Netanyahu cannot afford to think long term. Guys, all foreign policy is a downstream from internal policy. You need to pay attention to the internal politics of Israel. No politician in democracies has the political capital to do what he needs to do externally against that country's enemies if they don't have internal support for it. This is destroying. This type of talk is destroying, as we're speaking, if you pay attention to the internal. Guys, this is what a lot of people don't understand. They look at global politics, the foreign policies of each country, without paying attention to the internal politics of the individual countries. And if you don't pay attention to the internal politics of the countries involved, you're missing 90% of the analysis. That's what you're forgetting. And this is killing. All of this is killing Netanyahu's standing in Israel, which, as a politician, you are not going to be able to do anything against your enemies if you don't have the support of your own people. So go and pay attention to what's happening inside Israel right now, instead of just focusing on Israel versus Islamic Republic, Israel versus Hezbollah, United States versus Islamic Republic. Listen, look at the internal policies of Israel, and then tell me what this is doing to Netanyahu, and then come and tell me, but it's fake, Armin. But this is all fake. Well, if it's fake, it's a fucking shitty plan for Netanyahu's career.
He's in a tough spot, and President Trump's statements have just set the internet on fire. But thanks, Firejack, for bringing us that quote.
Yes, I'm saying I disagree. This is not killing Bibi. Well, Israelis, every single Israeli that I've talked to says otherwise. Every single Israeli that I'm talking to right now says otherwise. I mean, it's 50-50 right now for Netanyahu. So that means that he could get all the help. He needs all the help he could get. Okay, so Neil Bunny, I think you're completely missing the point. I'm not talking about him going to jail. I'm not at all talking about going to jail. So I don't know how else to explain this.
Okay, let's get a couple more done, and we can put the poll up. So
let's just finish all of it. Let's try to finish all of it.
So we have a super chat from Fleshy Interloper saying drones are pretty light shows for supporters. As in, like the drone shows that they put up in the air, and they have like pretty lights on them just for fun. The drones of death. Yeah. Thanks, Fleshy Interloper. And the Eden fam with the super chat. Oh, I like the profile picture. Important. Trump has to tell Netanyahu to stand down, because it can't be viewed that he is being dragged back into a hot war by Israel. So this goes back to the internal politics of each country. Netanyahu's going to get grilled alive if he is not going to respond. And Trump is going to be grilled, I mean, no matter what he does, but he's going to be grilled saying that, oh, Netanyahu's dragging us back into a war, but I don't even think he cares. I don't think that's like I don't think that's something that Trump's worried about.
No, I do think I agree with this point. Okay, so think about this. This is actually, guys, like, I think Trump is not being stupid. I think Trump is being smart. I think BB is being smart, Trump is being smart, and even the Islamic Republic is being smart. Okay, but everything that all of these people are doing makes sense if you look at the internal politics of the countries of the presidents and the prime ministers and the dictators. Okay, what the Islamic Republic is doing makes absolute sense if you look at the internal politics within Iran and what the Islamic Republic has to deal with. What they're doing makes sense strategically. Their followers are retarded, but the Islamic Republic knows what's happening and they're doing everything accordingly to survive. Okay? What President Trump is doing in this sense makes sense because Trump is dealing with a lot of internal division, a lot of internal politics that once. So here's, if I'm Trump, I need to convince my voter base, the ones who are pro BB, pro aggressive actions against the Islamic Republic, that I am being very aggressive against the Islamic Republic, while this whole anti-Israeli voter base, that but also as the United States, I get to tell Netanyahu when to stand. Like, Netanyahu is not dragging us into wars. Yes, this is what I need to do. So as Trump, for the internal politics of the U.S., which is a lot more divided right now than in Israel on the Iran issue, is that I need to figure out a way to be aggressive against the Islamic Republic while showing the voter base that Netanyahu is not going to drag the United States into wars. Again, I know that's a retarded take, but don't blame me. Blame the ISO cucks.
Thanks, Eden fam. That's a good point.
Yeah, thank you.
And super chat from Boboism says Fox News reports an opinion poll showing decreased support for the war compared to April, just 2 months ago. So the support for the war is less than it was 2 months ago, and Trump is ultimately a populist. Also saying that Trump is America first.
Okay, so guys, this whole populist elitist thing, it depends. Like, I mean, technically, every politician is supposed to be a populist. I mean, depends on your definition of a populist, right? If by populist meaning that you have to give it, I mean, I would say actually Trump has been violating populist, what usually gets defined as a populist, because Trump started an unpopular military operation against the Islamic Republic, given that he genuinely wanted to make sure the Islamic Republic doesn't get access to nuclear weapons. So that goes against the definition of populism. So we have populism and elitism as two extreme ends of a spectrum. And I think President Trump, by deciding that I don't care what the voter base says, we need to do this, he went on the spectrum. He went more away from the populist end of the spectrum, because he wanted to, at some point he decided, fuck this, we need to stop the Islamic Republic from getting nuclear weapons, even if this is going to be unpopular.
Thank you, Boboism, who also put another super chat and also said Trump is America first.
True, he is.
Yes,
he is.
He is.
And so, and we as non-Americans, if there are some misalignment in our interest, then we shouldn't be angry. We should, as patriots, we should understand that the head of every state should prioritize the interest of their country.
Absolutely. Thanks, Boboism. The next super chat is from File, who says, hello.
Isn't it Philly?
With an Obi-Wan profile picture. Hello there.
Oh.
Guess what? A new founded left/far left party in Sweden demands solidarity with the Iranian regime. Quoting the post. By the way, Goldie is having an Armin rant moment in her life, lol.
Amazing.
New party in Sweden. What's up with Sweden and Norway and all of these countries, man? Parties coming up. I wonder who founded this party. And I wonder if his name is like Abdul or something. Yeah, thank you for that.
Thank
and
you.
the next super chat by Lior, who says, Armin, your hashtag arm them short was fantastic. And in my opinion, better than Goldie's. Not cool that you used your footage, to be honest. Your channel will grow organically because you have passion and a big brain. Love you. Hashtag credit Armin.
No, it's okay, guys. It's okay. But I appreciate you enjoying the YouTube short. Thank you, guys. But I don't need the credit. I just need the I just need the videos to spread. I appreciate you guys' concern. That's sweet. But it's not like we're competing or anything. But I appreciate you guys caring so much. Thank you. But don't worry about it, guys. I just wanted to make sure these videos spread far and wide.
Yeah. Thank you, Lior.
Thank you.
And now, for the moment you have all been waiting for, we have the poll.
Ooh.
Right here. So, what is Trump planning? Is it 1, still holding to a deal? 2, buying time? 3, creating a rift with Israel? Or 4, I don't know at this point. Ooh.
Okay, put a 1 in the chat to vote still holding to a deal. Put 2 in the chat to say buying time. Put a 3 in the chat to say create a rift with Israel. Put a 4 in the chat saying I don't know at this point.
Should I put it here? No.
That's okay. No, you could put it there. Yeah, I'll just go sit here.
No, that's totally fine. Wait, why is it not showing though in the thing?
Wait, did you start it?
Yeah.
Do you guys see the votes or no? I'm not seeing the votes. Wait, give me the options. Let me add it.
Okay. We don't see.
Restart.
Reset here.
Because I'm not seeing the polls in the widget. Send it to me.
Okay. Put it in the private chat right here. What is Trump planning? Oh man. Okay, let me try and make it better. What the heck?
Don't worry. Let me guys hold your votes. Let me do the Oh, there you go. It's working.
Wait, what?
Okay, it's working.
Okay, let's just restart. Because I just stopped the poll and it happened like that. Here,
okay. Let me do it.
Okay. And while Armin does that, let me give you guys a quick update. Donald Trump has said that a failed Iran deal could leave the US with 2 options. Ooh. He said, option number 1 is military action against Iran's remaining nuclear infrastructure. And option 2 is continued economic pressure. So he's saying, I'm either going to go back and bomb the nuclear sites even more, even though they're destroyed, or continue the blockade. Sounds to me like he's going to continue the blockade there.
I don't know at this point. Okay, let me see. Still holding to a deal. Can you remove your poll?
Yeah.
Buying time.
I already did. Or hide it.
Okay. Yeah, okay. All right, let me try now. And show. All right, let's see. Guys, try again.
Okay.
1 for still holding a deal. Hopefully this time it will count. Okay, so it's not showing in real time, but when we stop it, you're going to see the results.
Okay.
So there's something. So you guys don't worry. Give us your votes, and then once the votes are over, when we stop it, you're gonna see the. You know what? This is actually better. It's gonna be suspend. You have to deal with the suspense. So what is
Ooh.
Trump planning? Still holding to a deal. Number one, put 1 in the chat. Put a 2 in the chat for buying time. Put a 3 in the chat for creating a rift with Israel, and put a 4 in the chat for I don't know at this point. So, guys, it's not updating in real time, but this way we can't see the results until somebody's putting a 6 in the chat. Okay, why is a 6 in the chat?
Yeah, what the heck? And I have a 1-minute clip of update about tonight from Trey Yingst. I'm gonna play that while you guys are voting. So Trey Yingst just spoke with the president, and he has come out with this 1-minute clip.
I just got off the phone with President Trump as Iranian ballistic missiles were soaring through the skies of Israel. The Iranians have launched 4 waves of missiles at this country in response to the Israeli strikes on the Lebanese capital of Beirut earlier today. President Trump told me I'm not happy about it when I asked him about the Israeli strikes against Hezbollah that took place. The president told me that this Iranian missile fire is certainly not going to help negotiations, and he indicated there was significant progress that could have led to an agreement as soon as Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, according to the president. You can see the traffic behind me also coming from the northern part of Israel. The city of Haifa in the north was under significant ballistic missile fire, and these people are likely in part trying to get out of the city. President Trump told me, what I would suggest to Iran, you've shot your missiles, that's enough. Get back to the table and make a deal. We'll have more updates to follow throughout the day on Fox News. Be sure to tune in and follow me here for more.
So yeah, that's Trey Yingst, a really good Fox News reporter. It's been pretty much everywhere at this point, reporting on everything. Let's go back here. All right. I hope you guys have voted.
All right. We got the votes already. Okay, so no more voting. Let's try to see what we got. Okay, so stop poll. All right, so here are the results. We got, what is Trump planning? So Ali, you want to read the results?
Yeah. All right, guys. What is Trump planning? So 24% of you think that Trump is still holding to a deal. 33% of you think that Trump is buying time. Only 3% of you think that Trump is creating a rift with Israel. And the vast majority of you, by 40%, think, I don't know at this point.
Okay, that's interesting. I'm going to put another poll, but Ali, before we go to the next poll that I'm going to do is Trump making the right decisions regarding Iran? Okay, and then we're going to have yes, no, I don't know. Yes, no, I don't know. Should I add any more options?
That's
yes,
good.
No, I don't know. Or maybe you should say partly. Partly? Is that a good option?
But I feel like a lot of people are going to vote for partly.
Oh, yeah, it's not going to. So I'm going to say, is Trump mostly making the right decisions? Mostly making the right decisions regarding Iran, to cover that as well. Okay, so let's remove. Do you have any opinions about this results of this poll before we go to the next one?
I think that totally makes sense that almost half the people don't know at this point. And in fact, I actually wanted to say that's good. Don't you think? The more that people don't know what's going on, the more President Trump's plan is working.
Oh, yeah, actually, that's a good point. So the confusion, at least we have the element of confusion.
He set the internet on fire tonight, saying, you know, maybe he has to listen to me. I call the shots. He's going to do whatever I say. I was like, wow. Oh, okay. That's a really rude thing to say to any world leader, much less someone that you're really close with. But okay. Seems like, you know, you guys are creating some sort of rift and you're trying to deal with the Islamic Republic. maybe that gives you more leverage if you're shown to be able to control Israel, quote unquote. Maybe that's some sort of leverage in these plans. Who knows?
Okay, let's do the next poll. Let's see what people think here. Guys, look at this. We're so interactive. We're doing this together. This is what it's supposed to be like. It's not supposed to just be me and Ali speaking and you guys listening. Okay, we listen to you guys, we respond to you guys, we are engaging. Okay, we're like talking to it. It's two-way. This is why I love live streams over making videos, right? Because I hate it when the communication is one way. I want the communication to be both ways. Okay, we're not just talking, we're also listening to you guys. Okay, so is Trump mostly making the right decisions regarding Iran? Is that a good question? Do I need to frame it differently, or is that fine? I think that's fine. Right?
I can't see the poll that you made.
Well, I haven't put it yet because I want to see if it's a good framing.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Okay, so start and show. Guys, vote. There we go. So this is it. This is the moment of truth. Is Trump mostly making the right decisions regarding Iran? Put a 1 in the chat for yes, put a 2 in the chat for no, and put a 3 in the chat for I don't know. Somebody's putting a 0. That's not going to count.
I mean, you know what's interesting is that Qatar, about 3 or 4 hours before the strikes happened, Qatar issued a NOTAM, so no flights, and they rerouted all their flights from today to next week for an entire week. They're doing this just a couple hours before the strikes happened. Did they know something, or is it just by chance?
I mean, to be fair, I don't want to be fair to Qatar. But if to be fair to against the conspiracy theory, it's pretty obvious that something is about to happen, right? Like the situation, like people were like, "Oh, what is Israel gonna do?"
Yeah, man,
Ali,
I don't know. Like, what do you think? Is Israel gonna respond sooner or later?
Right now is so bad inside Israel. Like everybody is like, "BB, stop listening to Trump. Do it."
Yeah.
So, like, if I was BB, I would be like I don't know, like, what would you do, guys? If you were BB, that's the next poll. Okay, everybody gets to be BB. Do you guys want to be BB on the next poll? So, if you're BB, what would you do right now? Attack Hezbollah? Not like hold back, or I don't know. That's another poll. Like, is that a good poll? Should we have that poll? Because that is, because like right now, like just think about the internal politics, not what you think is the morally right thing to do. Okay, because if I'm thinking about my own political survival, I'm dealing with the internal pressure from inside, from all sides. I'm dealing with the external pressure of either a fake pressure or real pressure. If it's a real pressure, it's because President Trump is attacking me. If it's a fake pressure, that means me and President Trump have planned with each other to do this, and I need to abide by this plan, even though it's going to have internally, from the internal politics, is going to be damaging my chances to win the election. And what do I do? So guys, see, I'm considering both the fake and the non-fake options here. Ali, how would you vote, by the way? Yes, no, I don't know.
Oh, this? If the options are between yes, no, or I don't know. Mostly yes. I do have my criticisms though.
Same. Mostly I have criticisms, like like what I just said tonight. But I mean, the results are speaking for themselves, right? Like as somebody who's been following the Islamic Republic's internal politics and never seen them this divided, you know, as much as I don't like the way he's talking about Bibi and Israel, still we are, the net is still mostly is mostly producing better results than anything else.
Gotcha. I agree with that. I'm wondering to see, with this extremely high morale that the IRGC suddenly has and the regime supporters have, what Trump's
it's
going to
short-term.
play with next.
I think that's going to be short-lived, though. I mean, it is bad. It is a loss for us. I'm not going to deny that, but it is going to be short-lived.
It is short-lived. They just have to remember that they're losing over $500 million a day, and
yeah.
So shall we see what the poll results are?
Yeah, people are still voting. Yeah. So guys, this is what people don't get. Like, for example, if we say like, oh, we have a criticism here of Trump, okay, they might think like, oh, so you're anti-Trump. And somebody who might be anti-Trump and then come and say like, oh, actually I like Trump, something that Trump that has done here, they might think like, oh, so you are now in favor of Trump. Like, no, none of this is supposed to work like that. You should be able to be for somebody and not like something that they have done. And you should also be able to be against somebody, but also acknowledge that here they did something positive.
People are double dipping. Guys, only vote once. Even if you typed 10 times, it'll still count as one vote.
Okay. Let's not. You shouldn't have told them that, because now you put them into their head that, oh, you could do that, and now they're doing that. So you shouldn't have told them that. So let's stop the poll now. Now you give them. Oh wow!
Ooh.
Wow! Very. Wow. It's like kind of 50-50 on the yes and no.
Yeah, only 5% difference between yes and no.
I didn't expect that. I didn't expect it to be this close.
I thought at least 60% of you would say no.
Oh, really? I thought at least 60% of them would say yes.
Interesting. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, somebody says I voted for my wife also. Okay, that's allowed. That's allowed. That is pretty interesting. So 39% saying yes, Trump is mostly making the right decisions. 44% no. And 70% I don't know. Interesting. I didn't expect it to be this 50-50. Guys, I kind of like that. Guys, this means that we're not an echo chamber.
Yeah.
So most political channels would be like very heavily leaning on one side. This is the least echo chambery of all especially on political channels. By the way, guys, this is why we're not growing. Okay. Guys, let me tell you a secret. The best way to grow a political channel is to heavily lead within one tribe. All right, like heavily lean, like just go 100% max on one position and say fuck everyone else. That's how you grow a channel, right? But because we're trying to not be an echo chamber here. This is absolute, Ali, this is absolute proof that we're not an echo chamber here, that we have a diversity of opinion here. That's pretty cool. We should
not only are we not an echo chamber, but our viewers are not afraid to think for themselves.
Yeah, this is really good. I'm proud of you guys. Guys, we're going for quality rather than quantity here on this channel. Right? I mean, actually, to be honest, we're also trying to go for quantity, but
it doesn't hurt.
But anyways, yeah.
So, anyone want to see what the missiles look like falling on the ground and etc.? But okay, before we do that, here's what I think. Okay. Because as we're approaching the end of the live, I just want to give you guys my consolidated thoughts here. So I think that the discussions between the US and Israel are happening. United States has told Israel to postpone any sort of response that they'll have, or just not do it at all. And I think the United States wants that postponement, like them to not attack, retaliate against the IRGC because the United States is going to put double pressure on the regime to make a deal this week. And that if the deal doesn't happen by the end of this week, that we either have another extension or we go back to strikes, because the Israelis have to respond, and the United States might join them at that point if the regime doesn't agree.
Do you think that we're gonna go for an extension?
I
Based on
thought that
everything we just
extension,
said?
I've been thinking for a long time now that an extension is the most likely scenario.
Even after what happened tonight?
At this point, I would say yes, but the next 48 hours might change my mind. Because it depends, right? If the Israelis retaliate and it's a big retaliation, it's a big response, the IRGC is going to also do a big response and then escalate, escalate, escalate.
By the way, guys, I have a date with my wife, so tonight. So people are saying, Armin, are you going to be at the Persian channel tonight? Not tonight, because I just got a message saying that, are you getting ready? And I'm not ready. So and I feel ready, but her version of me being ready is different from my version of being ready. So I feel like I'm not actually ready. So I'm not going to be able to. So Ali, we need to actually do you want to give us the last updates and then do the super chats, because I haven't been spending enough time with my wife.
Yeah,
I need to
absolutely.
make sure that I go do this.
Yeah, so just showing you guys a couple of clips here. So take a look. Also, I want you guys to watch this and tell me, would you step anywhere near this thing? Anywhere near. Take a look.
هذا الصاروخ الإيراني شمال مدينة طفس وكالة.
What the fuck? Who are these people? Why are they doing
These
this?
are Arabs who have found, I know, that's what I'm like, look at this.
What are they doing? Are you fucking crazy?
This is
why are they
a ballistic
there?
missile that was intercepted, and the debris just falls, and they're
it was
crowding around
okay,
it.
No, that makes sense. No, it was intercepted, so it was already blown up. Okay. Jesus.
Yeah,
Christ.
but I mean, still, I'm not going anywhere near that thing.
We're saying, oh, Lord.
Yeah.
What?
And looks like the Arabs of the Middle East did not stop there at getting near things that they shouldn't be, because this is a downed drone, probably from the United States or Israel, and they're walking straight up to it.
I mean, to be fair, how often do you see a down drone? Like a drone that has been.
They're like, oh, it's nice little bonfire here. Just getting straight up into it.
It's very Instagrammable, to be honest.
Yeah, that fire must be really hot as well. Interesting. Anyway, I would be nowhere near this thing personally, just in my opinion. And lastly, we have a pretty funny clip. So in this clip, if you guys are Israeli, please tell me if this is a normal thing or not. But the person taking this video was with someone from the United States. This Israeli had a friend from the US come to Israel, and the American friend was just not used to seeing ballistic missiles fly in the air. So they actually stopped off the side of the road, got out, and started watching the missiles. Let's take a look. And to be fair, I mean, I would also do the same. I'd be like, hey, can we pull over and just look?
Yeah. Can I make a wish?
Yeah.
Can I make a wish upon a ballistic missile, or does that work?
Friend from America. Looks like it was just intercepted.
Yeah, so the Americans like, oh my God.
Oh, there's another one.
Oh, there's another one. And Israelis are like, oh yeah, that. This reminds me, I kind of live in a sort of like a touristy spot, and the number one way you can tell people are tourists is because their phone's always out and they're recording like, everything, and then everyone else is just kind of like walk in. They don't even like really look at the eye-catching stuff. I'm like, okay, yeah. So Israelis, you must feel pretty used to those things by now.
Yes. You know, when I was in Tel Aviv, I forgot who, but we were under missile attacks. People were acting so chill. I'm like, what the hell? They were like, oh, alarms on. And people were just drinking their coffee and like, what? Okay, but it's pretty cool. Anyways, I'm in danger. We should go through the super chats fast.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay.
Okay.
So we got super chat from Hezi. Oh, by the way, Mark Levin is criticizing Trump, saying, "Why are we turning on Israel and Netanyahu tonight?" Wow. Period. Anyway.
Whoa,
Hezi,
Mark Levin.
yeah.
Mark Levin said that. Okay.
Yes, he did.
Okay. So either Mark Levin is in on this with Trump, creating fake tension.
Yeah.
Or if he is not in on it, he thinks that the tension is real. So here, guys, is this a false dichotomy or not? So Mark Levin is saying, why are we turning on Israel and Netanyahu tonight? Question mark work. So either Mark is playing, if this is all fake, then he is in on it. And if it's not fake, then Mark Levin is against it. If he's not in on it, then Mark Levin is against it. So there you go.
Yeah.
Which one is it? Okay.
So super chats. We got Hezi. Welcome, Hezi. Says hashtag here, Armin the people. Hashtag Armin the people.
I will make, guys, I'm so busy that I was told that I need to make this into a shirt or a merch or whatever, or a coffee cup or something. I will promise I will do so. Sorry that I've been so busy, but I will do that. I will do that.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, to people who think that I'm being controlled by my wife and I'm such a pussy, like I have been not spending any fucking time. Like I'm in control of my life. Don't worry about it. This is fair. Like she getting frustrated is fair. Okay. Don't worry. I'm completely in control of my life. Okay. If I wasn't, I wouldn't be able to do this much live streaming without spending time with anybody, right?
Yeah. So let's get through these super chats. Guys, definitely don't send any more super chats, please. Anyway, thanks, Hezi. And the next super chat is from Ninja Rooster, who says 4. I don't know, but I'm here for the ride. I think was in response to the poll.
Yeah, basically, I don't know at this point anymore. Exactly.
Okay.
Yes, we have a meme for that. Well, hold on. I will find the meme. Give me a second. This is share this. I'm not supposed to hear. Not this. So, first time Trump supporter, third Trump voters. Yes. So apparently you're just supposed to not ask any questions and just enjoy the roller coaster. That's what people say. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Then thanks, Ninja Rooster. And we have the next super chat from A2A2, who says, if Israel doesn't respond, it will really be seen as a sign of weakness, whether you like it or not. Yeah, it will be, which is why they will respond. Just a matter of time, and how big they respond is going to determine everything here. And I think Trump is not going to let them respond in a big deal if he actually wants to make a deal with the Islamic Republic. So we can kind of tell a lot by the Israeli response coming up. If it's huge, that means Trump's allowing it, quote unquote, which means he's on board. If it's small, it means he's actually trying to hold Israel back and he's going for a deal. And thank you for that. So we got Boboism, another super chat today, who says, focus on Trump's American agenda.
Yep. That's what I'm talking about. Focus on the internal politics, and things will make more sense. If you want to make sense of foreign policy, you have to first make sense of internal policy. Always.
Yeah. And Fleshy Interloper, who says, quality is a quantity all of its own.
I mean, the language of the universe is math, so I get that. But it also works the other way around. Quantity is a quality all of its own as well. So it works both ways. Ooh.
Thanks, Fleshy Interloper.
Thank you.
Great quotes, by the way.
Yeah.
And BT, the super chat, saying, why are people so fixated on Trump? He's Cincy, but West Point generals.
Oh, so you don't get it either? I thought I was dumb. Okay, good. We'll continue.
But West Point generals, experts there long before and after him, present the best options like a mom to a child. We obsess over leaders and completely ignore the pros behind them.
I mean,
he's got a whole team.
We're not ignoring. So so at least me and Ellie, even if we question something that Trump does, we are not ignoring the pros behind him. Yeah. But I mean, I do see why people are fixated on Trump. He's only the most powerful man in the universe, so I think it does make sense to be fixated. Oh, you mean why are they fixated on Trump and ignore the fact that he's not just a one person, that the decisions are made by the entire team around him? Okay, that's fair. I see what you're saying. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I maybe instead of Trump, people should say the Trump administration instead of saying Trump.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's also Pete Hegseth, Scott Bessent, Marco Rubio.
Yeah.
JD Vance is kind of taking a backseat. He's more dealing with the domestic stuff right now.
We have Jared Kushner and Witkoff also having. I mean, we do take that into account here. At least we always say like, oh, this is Rubio's effect on him. This is Lindsey Graham's effects on him. This is Ted Cruz's effect on him. This is Pete Hegseth's impact on him. This is the intelligence impact on him. So, sometimes we celebrate like someone's effect on him, like Marco Rubio, and maybe we're going to be not as positive over someone else's effect on him, like, for example, Witkoff, right?
Yeah. And for someone in the chat saying that there was explosions in Tabriz, which is northwestern Iran, that was just anti-aircraft activity. So it looks like a lot of drones flew into Iran. And it looks like some of them might have been shot at. Or
that was central. That was Central Command. CINC is Central Command. Thank you.
Oh, or I think people were saying it's a Commander in Chief.
Oh, okay. So BT, I know you're in a military family. You have to speak more. You have to use language that we commoners would understand. Commander in Chief. Okay. Commander in Chief. Thank you for translating.
And guys,
anyways, I need to go. All right.
Yeah, we're gonna end the stream here. Before we go, we just want to remind you guys that oh my God, Shin is crashing out. We just bring you all the options and we discuss what the options mean, the pros and cons of them. We are not saying that, oh my God, yes, this is happening, or oh my God, like whatever. We're just trying to bring all the options to you guys, because sometimes some people will hear something and immediately get discouraged or too happy. And we just want to remind you guys that we're still in this process. We hope you don't attack us for that. Anyway.
Wait, Shin is getting upset with Trump?
No, Shin's getting upset at a regime supporter saying things about his mother. Anyway.
Forget it.
Yeah.
Wait, we got BT, another super chat saying the we in my chat was not we, like capital We. Armin and Ellie, LOL. Yeah, I know. I was just adding to your point. I wasn't negating it. I wasn't criticizing it. I was just adding to it. But I appreciate it. And thank you, BT. Thank you for the support. Anyways, I am late. And Ali, would you be able to go live if something significant happens?
Yes.
Okay. So guys, stay tuned. If something really significant happens, Ali will go live and he will cover it with you guys. Okay.
Guys,
so
at any point from now till the future, until this is completely done and dusted and over with, if it happens, I will be live within 30 minutes.
Oh my God, that's amazing. So guys, if you hear like, holy shit, big news is happening, come to Ali's channel and Liberty Politics. Ali will have the updates for you guys. And you guys could come here and talk it out with each other in the live chat. Okay. Fantastic. Okay. So that was us. And see you guys soon. This was a good, by the way, Ali, great job. Always great job. Comes with
Thank you.
all the best information. Thank you Ali does a lot of work before the live stream to make sure that he has everything prepared for you guys. And we appreciate that, Ali. Guys, say thank you to Ali for all the work he does to make sure that you guys have all the good information. Thank you.
Thank you. It's hard for me to like accept that, but thank you. Yeah.
Well, you have to. There's no choice. Okay.
Guys, and say
All right,
thank
guys.
guys, say thank you to Armin. He's been doing this for so long, years and years and years. And now that all of this is finally happening, he gets to see the fruit of his labor. He actually gets to see someone like me who joins his discussion group and becomes someone that he gets to stream with and gets to help him out on these kind of things. So a lot of things are happening.
Thank you. Yeah, Ali, and this is gonna sound weird, but for so many years, I was looking for somebody like you to be able to have these discussions with, and I finally found you. So that's great. That's
great. We'll keep doing it.
Awesome, fantastic. All right, guys. So yes, and so tune in next time. So see you same time tomorrow, unless something big happens, and then you see Ali in a few minutes. So same time tomorrow. Until then, I'm Israel Chai. Slava Ukraine.
Slava Ukraine. Cuba Libre.
Cuba Libre. Long live America. Javisha. Payande. Iran. See you guys same time tomorrow. Bye, guys.